think you'll have the same group you had on Saturday? No Shaquille Moore?
Yeah, I think so. Shaq told us today that he didn't think he could go tonight. So it's disappointing because he wants to be out there. It's just nicked up. He had a crack in his foot and they put a plate and screws in there to fix it. And we gave him plenty of time to heal, but it wasn't going to be 100% healed for quite some time. And he hasn't necessarily re-injured it, but it hasn't healed yet. So there's still some discomfort and pain. And so I don't know what his availability will be much the rest of the season. I certainly hope we can get him back, but it's not one of those deals you take 2 weeks off and it's healed. It's going to be he's going to need some substantial time off, or he's just going to have to play with it. And if it's too painful to play with, then it just is. So disappointing for him because he's had a really good attitude and he's tried hard to come back, but it just hadn't quite worked out yet.
I hate hearing that. When we come back, we'll talk about Tad Boyle's Buffs, who've won a couple of games since we saw him last. That's next on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough?
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Hey Jayhawk fans, it's Coach Self. Here at Kansas Athletics, we know success isn't accomplished alone. It's all about the team. That's why we are proud to team up with Ameritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics. Team Ameritrust knows that every play matters and every moment leads to a winning game plan. They have the resources you need to save, spend, borrow, and plan along your financial journey. Stop by a Ameritrust location today or visit ameritrustcu.org. Together, it's a win. Rock Chalk.
Attempt, all it takes is a moment.
My son Ricky took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me and I contemplated suicide. My grandson, I was gonna have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You taught me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Get ready for more with head coach Bill Self. Once again, here's Brian Haney.
We continue our pregame conversation with head coach Bill Self and dive deeper into 11-16 Colorado. Last time you and I talked about Tad and Danny's team, they were 0-13, but they were playing everybody tough. Since then, 2 wins in their last 3. What differences have you noticed in getting the Buffs over the hump?
Well, the ball's gone in the basket. The schedule's maybe tipped a little bit to their favor. Playing home games obviously help, but Tad's got he's got a team that's labored this year, but he's got some pieces that are really good pieces, and if they play well together, they can play with anybody. The team beat Connecticut. Okay, so they're good enough to give anybody problems. We just need to make sure we don't allow them to play well and get comfortable.
Your team did a brilliant job in limiting Hammond in the first meeting, just 1 of 7. Tell me about him, some other personnel concerns, and what you'd like to see against him.
Well, obviously Hammond is the head of the snake, so to speak, and we did a really good job on it the first time, held in 1 field goal. We got to take away the arc. But, they got the big load inside that can score over both shoulders, and he hurt us the first game, even though he hasn't been playing quite as much. He really hurt us the first game. And then the name that I'll just butcher, go ahead and say it.
Yakimotsky?
Yeah, Yakimotsky. He's good, and he hurt us the first game. He's probably their best defender at 6'8", about 220, strong, and he can really shoot the ball. So we've got to do a good job on him. But you know what? We just need to play, and our ball screen defense needs to be on point, which when we guard well, it is, and then when we don't, it's usually not. So that's going to be a big emphasis.
All right, Coach. As always, we appreciate the time. Best of luck.
Thanks.
That's head coach Bill Self. More pregame coming up on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough.
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
August was born 3 pounds, 9.8 ounces. When I first saw him, it was a whole range of emotions. There's stuff I still want to do. Being a young dad, it's not giving up. It's shifting. I looked through his eyes. I can envision the whole future with him already. To throw the first football to him, give him ice cream for the first time. My life is now devoted to his life.
Through all of fatherhood's firsts, never stop being a dad. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
National anthem here in Boulder. The Jayhawks and the Buffaloes are about 13 minutes away. We had a special treat earlier today. 2008 national champion Sasha Khan, who lives about 45 minutes up the road in Evergreen, stopped by the team's game day practice, and we caught up with Sasha for a couple of minutes to see what's going on with his life after basketball, as well as his take on this year's team. Sasha, great to see you here at the CU Events Center, coming just down the road from Evergreen, Colorado, where you and your wife live. Catch us up to speed on life out here in Colorado for you guys.
Things been great, man. First of all, nice to see you guys, and glad to be around KU for a little bit. Things been great. Kids are growing up, school, sports, all the good things, and been spending a lot of time with them and trying to be as involved as I possibly can.
How old are the kids now?
9 and 11.
Any future Jayhawks in that group?
Hopefully. They both play basketball. They both say they want to play in college, so we'll see.
I love it. I hope that's the case. Yeah. Coach Self last week on Hawk Talk said you might be the most underrated Jayhawk of all time. How does that make you feel?
I don't know. I guess it's nice. I always find myself, kind of being the guy that the team needs in whatever place I can find myself, and I'm glad that he thinks highly, I guess, of me, and I love Coach Self, and I love the relationship that we have, and I'm just glad to be able to come back and be part of some of the KU stuff. So,
and what do you think coming back, looking at this group in particular? I saw you a second ago at pregame practice shaking the hand of Flory Bidunga. What do you think about this generation of Jayhawks?
Oh, I think it's definitely a little bit different, just from how NIL has changed a little bit. I think kids coming in, this is their second, third stop in their college careers. But overall, I think there's a lot of talent on this team. We just need to come a little bit together as a group, collectively, and hopefully win some games.
There's no doubt doubt it's been a bit of a rocky road, but what would you say to the fan base now as this group tries to turn the corner and finish the season strong when it comes to your belief in Bill Self and what he can still do in the month of March?
I mean, I think Coach Self always proves himself as a great coach, and I think there's still a little bit of season left to where they can make that turn, and sometimes you need a little bit of adversity. So hopefully, the last couple of weeks, losing a couple of games will be that turning point for them.
Sasha, we appreciate the time. We're always so grateful for all you did for KU, including hanging that banner. And we always remember the Davidson game and your big performance in the Elite Eight.
Oh, thank you so much. Always proud to be a Jayhawk fan and proud to be, part of this long and crazy history.
Love it. Sasha Khan, everybody.
Always fun catching up with Big Sasha. Time now for our game plan segment, brought to you by the Kansas Department of Insurance. Reminds you to make a game plan at smartinvestks.gov.
I'm going to make it simple and brief. Get back to Kansas basketball just like we did on Saturday against Oklahoma State. We made them uncomfortable. We got easy buckets. We forced their hand. They didn't get what they wanted. We got what we wanted. Got to do the same thing on the road here tonight.
Starting lineups when we come back as more of the Delta Dental Jayhawk shoot-around continues on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, this is Coach Bill Self. We're used to talking about all things basketball, but right now I want you to hear these 4 important words about the growing crisis of drug overdose. One pill can kill. Kansans are dying every week from drugs laced with deadly fentanyl. Please educate your loved ones to steer clear of street drugs, never buy pills online without a prescription, and always use a reputable pharmacy. Just one pill can kill.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Kansas Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back live here in Boulder, Colorado, as the Jayhawks are set to take on the Colorado Buffaloes. Let's take a look at the Colorado starting lineups coming in at 11-16, 2-14 in league, but winners of 2 of their last 3. They get it all started with Julian Hammond III, R.J. Smith, Bengat Dak, Sebastian Ronchik, and Andre Yakumovsky. As you look at the Jayhawks lineup, same as before. DeJuan Harris, Zeke Mayo, Rylan Griffin, KJ Adams, and the big fella in the middle, Hunter Dickinson. This has been the Delta Dental Jayhawks Shoot Around. The opening tip is next right here on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
No matter your level of play, LMH Health and Ortho Kansas provide championship care to all members of the Lawrence community and beyond. Our experts in sports medicine and orthopedic care have partnered on the field with athletes for more than 45 years, providing innovative treatments and therapies for athletes of all ages. Call us at 785-843-9125 or visit lmh.org/orthokansas to learn more. LMH Health, a partner for lifelong health.
When a KU versus K-State rivalry game begins, emotions run high, legends are created, school pride hangs in the balance, memories that last a lifetime will be made, because each game is the most important game in history, at least until the next one. Get in the game with your chance to win up to $50,000. The Rivalry Riches instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery. See kslottery.com for details.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Kansas Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough.
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 and 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com and switch today.
It's Big Monday in Boulder, and a quick turnaround for Kansas as the Jayhawks travel to face Colorado, fresh off big wins for both teams. CU has won 2 of its last 3 ever since a 12-point loss in the Fog, the latest of which a 76-74 edging of Baylor that helped the Hawks in the Big 12 standings. On that same day that the Buffs snuck by the Bears, KU was putting the hammer down on Oklahoma State. A 96-64 pasting of the Pokes that featured a total team effort by Kansas.
Diggy shot fakes on a 3, sprints to the right, shoots again. He hit again. 3 in a row for David Diggy. Corey Harris up the floor. A lob. KJ a slam. He got his chin caught on the rim. He got up so high. What a feed. What a finish. Wando to KJ. Harris steps through, kicks to Zeke. He'll take one. He'll make one. A 30-footer falls for Zeke Mayo. Dickinson up the floor. Left hand jammer. Hunter Dickinson. Are you kidding me? The rip and run and a left hand poster dunk.
Now the Hawks lock in on Tad Boyle's Buffs, who opened league play 0-13 before rattling off 2 wins in the last 2 weeks. CU is led by Julian Hammond's 13 points per game, though he was held to 1 of 7 shooting in Lawrence. KU leads the all-time series 125-40. It's the Jayhawks and the Buffaloes coming up next on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
It's time to wave the wheat.
Here comes Kansas. Right hand layup, good. A magic act defensively.
It's game time.
Left hand jammer. He fires it home with the southpaw. Drives right side, lobs up, and he throws it down hard. A 2-hand jammer. Will he get it off? He does. He missed it. He missed it. You can rock. Chalk it up. The Jayhawks win.
Live play-by-play action of Jayhawk Basketball is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Delta Dental of Kansas. Unleash your smile power. Learn more about individual and family plans at deltadentalks.com. The Kansas Lottery. Download the Play On app and dream bigger. Kansas's 988 hotline. A suicide and crisis lifeline. Call 988-WENDYS, the official hamburger of Kansas Athletics. And by the University of Kansas Health System, the official healthcare provider of Kansas Athletics, together with LMH Health.
Oh my goodness! A 2-hand throwdown. He went coast to coast with a posterizing jam.
Now, let's go live courtside alongside Greg Gurley. Here's the voice of the Jayhawks, Brian Haney.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks again for staying up late with us tonight. Kansas and Colorado mere moments away. The Jayhawks breaking huddle in home whites, actually, because Colorado's going to rock black uniforms tonight. So the same white jerseys Kansas won in on Saturday with the circus fonts, the crimson numerals with blue trim. That's what they'll wear here tonight, and it's kind of appropriate because this has kind of been Allen Fieldhouse West for many years. I wouldn't say it's a pro-Kansas crowd tonight, but if there's 10,000 here, I bet at least 4,000 are wearing crimson and blue.
Yeah, that's fair, and it's kind of a disappointing crowd. There's a lot of seats open here in this end zone on the Kansas bench side, but going to be a great atmosphere, and hopefully those 4,000 Jayhawks that are here can kind of power out the Colorado Buffalo fans.
The section that's half empty is the student section. You can understand why they've been a little bit checked out at 2-14. But the Buffs winning of late. Kansas wins the opening toss and tap, though. Harris will bring it up from left to right as we view the floor. Adams plays it inside to Dickinson. Backing down on Dak. Turns and connects. Two quick ones for Big Hunt, and KU strikes first.
Bill always likes to go to the post early, establish yourself in the paint. No double team came, and Hunter with the right hand.
Hammond to bring it back the other way for Colorado. Hooks a pass to Dak near the top. Jakumovski kicks it back out to Dak with 10 on the clock.
Good closeout by Rylan Griffin.
In the corner, Colorado down to 6 to shoot. Gotta hurry. Dak now on the elbow. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Forces one up that banks in. Oh my. If the backboard's not there, it hits a student in the second row, but somehow it banks home.
Yeah, you'll take that. I mean, Kansas plays great defense for 30 seconds, and they banked in a 15-footer going right back down to Hunter.
KJ puts up a 14-footer. That's a pure swish. That's his wheelhouse. And Adams powers Kansas up 2.
And that's exactly what you want to do. They double-teamed Hunter before the pass, so KJ took advantage.
Inside Colorado, they miss a bunny. Well contested by Ryland, as that time Ronchik threw it over the backboard. Yeah, here comes Kansas.
Ryland was late, but he did a nice job catching up.
Ryland, he'll try a deep three. It misses, but he hits the deck, and a foul is called. Pin this one on Ronchik. 3 free throws coming up for Ryland Griffin.
And in this so-called new season, I think our shooters have been playing with a free mind. Yep. Griffin, quick trigger, will have 3 free throws and makes the first of 3.
We talked on Saturday about how he has less than 1 free throw attempted per game this season, but 3 on this one trip will help with that average. He misses the second after swishing the first. Griffin on the season, 69%. 18 of 26 entering tonight. He goes 2 of 3, and the Kansas lead is now 6-2. Jayhawks with some token pressure on the inbound play. Now they retreat as Bang got Dak at 6'11", brings it up the floor. Off to Hammond. He was held at 2 points in the first meeting. Dribbles in, kicks back out. Buffs weaving around the perimeter. Kansas right there, bounce for bounce. Dak shot fakes, crosses over, tries to get around Hunt. He can't. A jump hook, though, is good. Over Dickinson. 6-4 Kansas.
Both buckets by Dak, but Hunter both times have played pretty good defense. You just kind of play the numbers and keep playing with the hand up.
KJ kicks out to Griffin. Left side, Zeke Mayo, who now has 7 games of 5+ threes, but all have been in Allen Fieldhouse. Harris crosses over 3 times. Kicks to KJ. 15-footer. Got it. KJ Adams red hot here early. 8-4 KU.
That was under 8 on the shot clock. He had to take it, but 2 for 2. Great start for KJ Adams from mid-range.
Hawks by 4 here early. Dak, a deep 3. Misses strong. Rebound Griffin of KU.
Like I said, play the numbers.
Dak on the season at 30% from 3. Here's a Harris floater that's good. Thought he might throw an alley-oop to Dickinson. Instead, he shot it. It falls, and Kansas scorching the nets early. They have not missed.
5 possessions, 5 buckets. 1 possession, he got a couple free throws.
On the other end, Hammond misses on a running jump hook. It's going to be collected by Dickinson, and the Jayhawks push it back quickly the other way, leading by 6. Hunter off to Rilo at the top. Crosses over. Flings left side toward KJ. Adams trying to feed it into Hunter, but he's all covered up by Ron Cheek. So they kick it back out to Harris. 10 to shoot. Dickinson in the high post. Hands back to Mayo. Back to Hunt. Mid-range. Good again. Kansas. Perfect 5 for 5 from the field.
Both games in Utah started out horribly. What a great start for Kansas. Up 12-4, only 3.5 minutes in.
Hammond, 18-footer, misses strong. He's now 1 of 9 on the season versus KU. They collect in the corner, though, with Yakimovsky, and the Buffs will get another chance. A fresh 20 seconds. Harris gets a hand in, and a late whistle by what looks to be John Gaffney will put a reach-in foul on DeJuan Harris, who had 6 first-half steals Saturday and looked to get all ball there.
Yeah, I just saw the replay. He did get all ball. Gaffney said that he got his wrist, but again, love the awareness and the intensity Kansas on the defensive end.
Yakimovsky driving inside, misses off the side of the rim. Rebound Dickinson, up the floor quickly to Zeke. KU didn't have numbers, so he wisely curled back, and they'll set it up, leading 12-4 here early. Dickinson dribbles right side, hands back to Mayo. He steps through, tries to pass across the blocks, finds Hunt, and this time it goes. Timeout, Tad Boyle. I say this time because those are the types of shots he's been missing lately, where he had to hurry and rush it up there, but it bounced twice on the bridge.
You hear that?
Fell through.
You hear that? How about this Kansas crowd overwhelming this Colorado crowd? 14-4. Just what the doctor ordered. Perfect start for the Jayhawks. 6 of 6 from the field. The only blemish is 1 missed free throw.
How about that? It's an 8-0 KU run over the last 2 minutes. 12-2 overall on the run. The Buffs in the middle of a 2-minute and 20-second scoring drought. And as Greg told you, 14-4 Kansas.
First half action is brought to you by Ameritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics. Proudly serving Jayhawk fans in the Lawrence community. Federally insured by the NCAAM.
Dickinson, of course, heating up of late with the double-doubles in back-to-back games. Here today, he's already got 6 points and 3 boards, and we've only played 4 minutes. The KU Bookstore is the official KU campus store since 1946. Hawks by 10 here early, 15:51 to go in the first. Diggy Coit will check in when we return on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Dillon's for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Dillon's, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
I had this patient. His cancer treatment had him in the hospital for a while. One day we learned his grandson's prom was coming up, so secretly we arranged for him and his date to stop by. I'll never forget that night, the smile on my patient's face, the hug that didn't want to end. Sometimes I wonder if I'm doing all I can. Then I help make a moment like that happen, and I know I am.
The University of Kansas Cancer Center. Why would you go anywhere else?
When a KU versus K-State rivalry game begins, emotions run high. Legends are created. School pride hangs in the balance. Memories that last a lifetime will be made. Because each game is the most important game in history. At least until the next one. Get in the game with your chance to win up to $50,000. The Rivalry Riches instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery. See kslottery.com for details.
Hi, this is Wayne Soden, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk Basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
What a start for Kansas, 14-4 here early. 6 for 6 from the floor, 2 for 3 from the free throw line, 0 turnovers. Just the start Bill Self was hoping for.
Yeah, and they got it done in the paint, getting it to Hunter, KJ with the mid-rangers, Ryland with a couple of free throws. So just getting it done in all facets right now, and got to continue, play every 4 minutes. You know, you force Colorado to the under-16 timeout. Just keep playing, keep building on that lead. Little pressure as Diggy Coit checks in the game.
Our three-man crew tonight, Michael Greenstein, Marcus Pettigrew, and John Gaffney. Hunter Dickinson was playfully talking with Pettigrew during that timeout. Buffs with the ball. Hammond throws off top of the circle. Wide open for three, but misfiring is Jope. And the rebound to Kansas. Jope, just a 19% three-point shooter. So you can understand why he was wide open.
Yeah, when you say wide open, there wasn't a jug within 15 feet. It was a miss, but he'll take it.
Diggy at the top, picks up his dribble, off to KJ with 12 to shoot. Trying to drive on Jope, gets inside, muscles up, misses wildly, then gets stepped on, and play continues. Boy, I thought the foot of Jope landed on the side of KJ's head.
I think that's one of those wrong place, wrong times.
Hammond misses on a three. He's 0 for 3 today after 1 for 7 in Lawrence. Offensive rebound, though, and a putback good from Malone.
Yeah, and there was a push in the back. Malone right in the back of Hunter Dickinson. Marcus Pettigrew with no call, so they get back on the board 14-6.
Malone's an interesting story. He won the Bevo Francis Award for Best Small School College Player a year ago. Came from Grace College in Indiana. 14-6 Kansas. Here's a cut and a lob over the top, finds Mayo. Easy layup from there. Dickinson on the feed and a great slash to the hole by Zeke.
Yeah, there was nothing going on that possession, and Zeke did a nice job working without the ball. Used Hunter as a decoy, got all the way to the rim.
16-6 KU, 14-10 to go first half. Hammond has struggled here early. Now he's got Diggy in front of him. A little easier to shoot over Diggy at 5'11". Here's a three left side. Buried this time from Yakimovsky. He shoots him at 32%, and that'll get the Buffs going. Back to within 7. 16-9 Kansas. Dickinson on the right wing. Out to Rilo. He launches a three. Missed it side iron. And the Buffs have the board underneath as Coach Self swats his hand forward in disgust. Inside Colorado, they throw it right off the chest of Zope and out of bounds. He was charging hard down the paint, and a fastball from Malone bounces right off his right pec. Turnover on Colorado and a slew of substitutions for KU.
Yeah, Bill's really bringing guys in and out. Gave DeJuan an early rest. Now Diggy stays in with DeJuan. Hunter as Flory and AJ check in as well.
Is any of that altitude related?
Yeah, it might be. But Bill always says it shouldn't affect us. We're indoors.
He's joking when he says that. 16-9, Kansas in front. Hawks with the ball. Coit fakes on a three. Kicks out to A.J. Storr, who just entered. Lobs underneath to Hunt. Backing down. Turns. Shoots. Got hit on the arm. No foul call. Marcus Pettigrew just let it go. Shades of the Houston game when he should have blown a whistle on a foul that Zeke was harassed on. How was that not a whistle?
Man, he got him around the wrist. There's a steal by Hunt.
Could we see it 2 games in a row? Dickinson up the floor. Left hand layup good. And the foul. A chance at 3 for Hunter Dickinson.
Back-to-back games with playing the pass and getting the steal. He didn't get the call when he deserved it. There really wasn't much there. Bit of a makeup call, but he hustles down. That's a tough play for a big guy. He did a low dribble just to pick it up and gathered himself, got all the way to the rim. No dunk, but it counts just the same.
I agree with you. The previous possession, it was a much more egregious contact than this particular one, so maybe a bit of a makeup call. It was, after all, Pettigrew on the whistle. Free throw here by Dickinson is rattled home and good. KU extends its lead now 19-9. Dickinson comes off to a round of high fives. He's got 9 early points.
Oh, what a start by Hunter Dickinson underneath, and then does it with his defense.
Hawks by 10, 12:50 to go here in the first half. Ronchik, who had 19 in the first meeting, passes inside to Malone. Has to dribble out to the corner. They fling it right side. Double team trap comes on Smith. Inside now, Jope, an air ball. Rebound out of bounds off of whom? They're going to keep it with Colorado and say A.J. Storr touched it last.
Well, A.J. didn't go after it, which tells me he thought it was off Colorado, but the outside official gives it with 5 on the shot clock. Colorado will have it under its own basket.
Buffs to play it in with Ruffin. Looking. They finally get it in. Step through by Ronchik and a foul on Storr. And Coach Self puts his hands on his temples in frustration there as the shot clock was dripping down, and foul bails him out a little bit. So Ronchik to the line where he shoots him at 68%. I referenced his 19-9 in the previous meeting, a career day for Ronchik. whose father played for Iowa State back in the late 90s. He misses this first free throw badly. One more coming. He was a four-star prospect, ranked 70th in the nation by On3 Sports. He hits the second to cut it to a 9-point KU lead. Jayhawks to bring it up with DeJuan Harris, who's closing in on Danny Manning in both minutes played and career starts. Of course, Danny in the house on the Colorado bench.
Throw it up.
Harris steps through, misses wildly, missed the rim by 2 feet on one of his patented right-hand running layups.
And the alley-oop was there to Flory, and he just missed it on the right side.
Colorado on the other end will be bailed out on a reach-in foul by Diggy Coit this time. So Kansas picking up a third foul here in the first 8 minutes. Coit's first. Kansas will stick with him. Coach Self talked in the pregame about Diggy getting more of Shaquille Moore's minutes. Previously, he primarily would just get the backup minutes of Zeke, but now with no Shaq Moore for a second straight game, he's allowed to get an extended run. Here's a tip and a steal by Flory. He wants to go the whole distance. Behind the back, kicks back to Diggy, and now they'll set up the offense. KU flings right side. Storr driving hard, right baseline. Muscles up a shot that misses. Rebound Colorado.
He did everything right. Got all the way to the rim. Played through a little contact and just couldn't convert.
Yeah, I like the aggressive take. Just couldn't get the finish. Hawks by 9. Buffs with the ball. They dribble it out with Javon Ruffin out of New Orleans, Louisiana. A jump stop between the rings, throws off to Ronchi, trying to drive around KJ. A jump stop, a spin, and a fire that's good. 7-footer left of the lane, it falls, and it's down to a 7-point KU lead. 19-12 Hawks, 11:20 to go here in the first half. KU at one point was Adams a hot start. He's 3 for 4, and the Hawks go up 9.
And you really see the difference when Hunter Dickinson's not in. There's not as much action going on. There's no threat in the post. KJ took it upon himself to get in the bucket.
They almost baited Malone into taking a 3, the big 6'10 center. Instead, he passes off. Here's a left-hand runner that will rattle home for R.J. Smith. Driving left-hand, left side. He gets the friendly home roll. 21-14 Kansas, 10:35 to go in the half. Zeke Mayo comes to the scorer's table for KU. Coit trying to get some separation to get off a 3. Throws right side to Storr. Now out to KJ Adams on the elbow. A contested shot's going to go from 14 feet. KJ Adams cannot miss.
Going to his left, a really difficult shot, and man, he's been good. So confident. Kansas by 9.
4 out of 5 is KJ. The only one he missed, he thought he got fouled on. Up the floor come the Buffs, now trailing 23-14. They go inside and off the glass and in for Malone. A stronger, more physically developed post player took it right at Bidunga.
Yeah, and if you remember in the game in Lawrence, Malone, 3 straight possessions in a row, took Flory to school.
Coit a deep, deep 3. He hit it! Diggy Coit from way downtown. The 26-footer falls.
Not a lot of defense being played on both ends. Both teams, 3 of their last 3. See if Kansas can get a stop. Next dead ball will be a timeout.
KU matches its biggest lead of 10. Ronchi getting around Harris. Blocked by Bidunga.
There you go.
Erased on the back line. Here comes Kansas. Coit from Denver misses. And a long rebound to Colorado in the corner. And they step out of bounds, though, and it's going to stay with KU.
Yeah, AJ on the weak side was active on that rebound, knocked it off of a Buffalo. Kansas will keep it up 10.
Diggy, you know, you can shoot them from like 22 feet and they still count for 3. He's taking them from way, way downtown.
But I love that possession. Flory got the block. KJ knew what he was going to do with it before he passed it, and he drew the defense, and Diggy had just made one. I like it.
Oh, I love Diggy. Don't get me wrong. And let's call it like it is. Self will tell you, 5'11" is a little generous. So if it takes an extra couple of feet further back to get it off clean, then step back, Diggy, keep firing. Of course, he's coming off a season-high 5 threes on Saturday.
Listen up, Jayhawk fans. On game day, stop by Wendy's and buy 1 Baconator and get a second Baconator for just $1. And let's all cheer for Bacon Big Plays all season long. Wendy's, the official hamburger of Kansas Athletics.
And Bud Light is a proud sponsor of Kansas Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Kansas leading at 26-16 here at Colorado. Jayhawks looking to win back-to-back games for the first time in a month. It's the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Topeka wants you to join the Jayhawks as they drive to the tournament. BMW of Topeka and Kansas Athletics are offering to send you and a guest to the first round games of the tournament at Kansas's location. Jayhawk tournament basketball, travel expenses, hotel accommodations, and a $500 Visa gift card. Visit kuathletics.com/drive to the tournament to enter for a chance to win. BMW of Topeka, 3030 South Kansas Avenue, proud sponsor of Kansas Athletics.
Hey Jayhawk fans, it's Coach Self. Here at Kansas Athletics, we know success isn't accomplished alone. It's all about the team. That's why we are proud to team up with Ameritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics. Team Ameritrust knows that every play matters and every moment leads to a winning game plan. They have the resources you need to save, spend, borrow, and plan along your financial journey. Stop by a Ameritrust location today or visit ameritrustcu.org. Together, it's a win. Rock Chalk.
The Jayhawks have been lighting up scoreboards, well, since scoreboards were invented. And Shirley Signs has been lighting up the Midwest and shipping signs nationwide since 1972. With 2 locations, Shirley Signs can help you with any location in Kansas, from channel letters to awnings and everything in between. Multiple locations? No problem. Check out www.shirleysigns.com or call 1-800-779-7446.
Welcome back to the CU Event Center. Kansas by 10 here early, 26-16, 9:19 to go in the first. During that timeout, the officials got together and had a replay review, looking at something that perhaps KU's bench thought was extracurricular, some contact above the shoulders, but they ruled it a basketball play. Was it Dewan on the wrong end of an elbow?
Yeah, he was chasing down, I think it was Ranchik, as he went to the bucket before Flory blocked it, and his right arm, I don't think it was intentional, definitely caught him in the chin, but the correct no call was made, and he did not call it a flagrant one. But Bill had asked Marcus Pettigrew and the crew to take a look at it.
Looking out for all of his players, but especially DeJuan Harris, arguably his second favorite player of all time, second only to his son Tyler Self. That's going to be an emotional senior afternoon and evening coming up in less than 2 weeks versus Arizona.
Yeah, and I don't think our fan base understands how important DeJuan Harris has been to this program and what he's accomplished, what he's overcome from a high school senior to now. It's unbelievable watching the maturation of DeJuan Harris, who has just excelled in this environment. College graduate, high GPA. I mean, he's been unbelievable. National, not to mention national champion.
No doubt. Harris with a turnover. As we were singing his praises, he threw it right to Hammond.
Well, there was a screen and Hunter just
Here comes Stack and a wide open dunk in transition. Nobody got home.
Well, they set a screen and DeJuan left his feet to throw it to Hunter, and Hunter wasn't looking, so DeJuan should have just thrown it out of bounds, instead laid it out, and that was an easy one.
Harris entered the game 10th in the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio. Here's a blocked mid-range shot by Zeke. It's an air ball after the partial deflection. Colorado with the ball, trailing by 8. They look to go inside. Pass across the blocks. Dax wide open and dunks it home. Dickinson slid over on the help defense of Harrison Carrington. It left Dak wide open, and back-to-back dunks by Bangot Dak have this thing down to a 6-point margin.
Yeah, I think Hunter just on his own went to double team. The rest of the team didn't know, so it was an easy dump down to Dak, who got, like you said, his second dunk in about 10 seconds after the miss by Mayo on the other end. So all of a sudden, you got yourself a 6-point game, and a game that Kansas has dominated. Just to only be up 6 right now has got to be disheartening. So Bill gets the timeout, tries to gather the troops. Things like this happen on the road, but man, those were a couple self-inflicted wounds.
No kidding. Timeout, Bill Self.
Kansas leading 26-20 right now. And Colorado, despite the cold start, has upped it all the way to 50% from the field. And if you take out Hammond, their star that Kansas continues to put in a blender, the rest of the team's shooting 60% right now.
Yeah, and they've figured it out offensively. 5 of their last 6 from the field, and most of those have been in the paint, so got to do a better job in the paint. If you're going to double team, make sure everybody knows.
Colorado with some three-quarters court pressure here, but KU gets it across the timeline with 2 seconds to spare.
They're going to settle back into kind of a 2-3 zone.
Let's see what Kansas draws up. Dickinson in the middle of the zone, kicks out toward Griffin on the left wing. 10 to shoot. KJ at the free throw line. Back out to DeJuan. Right side Zeke. His pass intercepted. It was tipped and ripped out of there by Yakimovsky. Another turnover on KU.
Yeah, just too casual by Zeke. Got to be strong with the ball.
KU had 0 turnovers in the first 11 minutes, 2 in the last 60 seconds. Colorado nearly threw it away. Yakimovsky, a deep 3, misses. Thankfully, rebound Hunter Dickinson of Kansas. Hawks quickly back the other way with Zeke Mayo bringing it down the right sideline. Now KJ facing up, kicks to Harris. Left corner Griffin tried to find a pass inside in the direction of Hunter Dickinson, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Buffs and will stay with KU.
After giving up that 10-point lead, they cut it to 6. Couple misses by Colorado. Kansas will keep it after the under 8. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas is proud to be the trusted choice of more Kansans than anyone else. Shop Blue Kansas. Visit bcbsks.com.
The Buffs have hit 5 of their last 7. Meanwhile, Kansas, a scoring drought of more than 2 minutes. LMH Health is your partner for lifelong health. Learn more at lmh.org. 7:43 to play here in the first half. 26-20 KU. It's the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, this is Coach Bill Self. We're used to talking about all things basketball, but right now I want you to hear these 4 important words about the growing crisis of drug overdose. 1 pill can kill. Kansans are dying every week from drugs laced with deadly fentanyl. Please educate your loved ones to steer clear of street drugs, never buy pills online without a prescription, and always use a reputable pharmacy. Just 1 pill can kill.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Kansas Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hi, this is 2008 national champion Sharon Collins, and you're listening to Kansas Basketball on the Jayhawks Sports Network.
26-20 Jayhawks, 7:43 to go here in the first half. Kansas shooting 61%, but they've been turning it over of late. A couple of turnovers in the last minute plus, and Colorado capitalizing on both has cut this down to a 2-possession game, even though it's felt like Kansas has dominated much more than a 6-point margin.
Yeah, they really have dominated the game, but on the defensive end, Colorado's getting back into it with layups and dunks, and so defensively got to keep up the pressure, and offensively we've kind of gotten away the last few possessions of what got us here, which was post play and mid-range jumpers, so got to take care of the basketball better. See what Bill draws up out of this timeout. Usually he can get an alley-oop or something underneath pretty easily.
You get it in, and Harris gets it right back from Dickinson. Dribbles out between the circles. Man-to-man defense this time by the Buffs. Lob over the top to Hunt, and he's immediately fouled on the catch. Rylan Griffin threaded the needle between 2 Buffaloes that time, and it looks like it was Smith that plowed into Dickinson. Just the 3rd team foul on Colorado.
You like that, though. They clear out the side, and when they double-team Hunter, that leaves the shooter in the corner wide open.
26-20 Kansas. Harris gets it in to Griffin in the corner. They were working around the perimeter toward the right wing area, back to DeJuan. Now a ball reversal. They lob to Hunt, deep catch, fouled again, and he wants a goaltending call and an and one.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be goaltending. He'll definitely get 2 free throws. That was a pretty quick block. Yeah, not goaltending, but Hunter can go to the line to build on this 6-point lead. It was a really nice post feed by Ryland Griffin up to the corner of the backboard. And what Hunter did as he knocks down the first of 2 is he kept it above his shoulders. He didn't bring it down. There were 3 black jerseys around him, and he gets rewarded with a couple free throws.
This is 26th game of the season in double figures. 26 out of 27, that is, and he hits both free throws here. He is, as we told you last week, the 14th player in the history of D1 basketball to have 1,000 points at 2 different schools, and the 6th fastest to get 1,000 as a Jayhawk. Wilt was the fastest. 28-20, Kansas. Colorado looking to drive it inside the Kansas man-to-man defense. They enter into Dak. Backing his way down on KJ. Leans in, curls, shoots, misses. Rebound tipped about, and Zeke knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Buffs. And a fresh 20 seconds to work with for Colorado as Dak comes out and Malone returns. Elijah Malone. With Malone, you get about 80 more pounds of thickness, but not nearly the agile athlete that Dak is. Colorado lobs it all the way into the backcourt on the baseline inbounds play. 12 on the clock as they finally initiate offense here. Hammond rolling off the screen, cut off by KJ. Has to kick it out. 6 to shoot. Buffs have to hurry up a shot from Caceres. It misses. Long rebound, though, to Colorado. They'll keep thanks to Baskin. Here comes Yakimovsky through the paint area. Back out they go to Caceres. Tipped ball by Harris, but Colorado will keep. Hammond with 7 on the clock. Dribbling out between the rings. Finds Baskin. 3 to shoot. Hands it off. Layup. Good. KU had 2 stops, but couldn't get an offensive, or rather a defensive rebound. And Colorado on the 3rd crack finally scores.
They cannot give somebody that many opportunities. Good teams are going to convert.
28-22, Kansas. Harris hooks a pass to Dickinson. 18-footer rattled home. Wando over the shoulder, behind the head, and Dickinson shoots it in.
Oh, so good from that mid-range. DeJuan draws the defense. Hunter makes him pay from 17.
30-22, Kansas. Malone backing his way down on Hunter. And a whistle and a push from behind, they say, by Dickinson, who then hit the ball out from underneath the net to keep it from going in.
And if it was any other player, crowds always dislike Hunter, but he just didn't want to get Malone to see the ball go through the net.
5:41 to play, first half action, 30-22, Kansas in front. Javon Ruffin to play it in for the Buffs, wearing all black. Kansas in the home whites despite playing on the road. Basket a 3, missed it short. Long rebound, but stepping out of bounds was Caceres. Buffalo's had another near offensive rebound. He just couldn't stay in.
Yeah, and last Saturday in Utah, offensive rebounds were a killer. So we got to get back to our game. You know, right now we're getting out rebounded 9-11, but got to be better on the defensive glass.
Diggy Coit comes in for Harris and brings it up for Kansas. Zeke passes ahead to Dickinson. Backing down on Malone. Turns, jump hook. He buried it. Hunter Dickinson taking Malone to school. Big Hunt is 6 of 7.
And that's what you want to do if they're not going to. There's an offensive foul by Baskin. Easy call. He extended the elbow, knocked Zeke to the ground. Turnover, Colorado. Hawks by 10. But on the other end, if you're not going to double Hunter Dickinson, continue to go to him. Malone cannot guard him underneath. He's got the weight. He just doesn't have the height.
Exactly. Well, Baskin better be careful. He told Pettigrew twice that he thought that was bull something. And Tad Boyle giving Pettigrew a piece of his mind as well. 32-22 Kansas. This matches KU's biggest lead.
Illegal screen, Flory.
Oh, no. They give it right back on an illegal screen. Hawks with their third turnover.
Yeah, that was one where you try to get the back door on the right side. When it's not there, the guard fades to the left elbow, and Flory's got to be set there. Even if the man tries to get around it, you can't move. They're looking for it.
32-22, Kansas in front. They've led by 10 on 3 different occasions. Malone head of the circle with the basketball, guarded by Dickinson in the man-to-man. Hands off to Caceres. Left side, Ruffin. Dak calling for the ball on the right wing. He lost the handle going up. What's the call? Out of bounds off Colorado. It'll be KU ball.
That was good awareness by Diggy Court. He didn't get a hand on it, but just his little presence caused Dak to fumble it out of bounds. Now, Hawks can continue to build on this 10-point lead.
5th CU turnover. Zeke on a step-back 3, launched and bricked. The road struggles continue for Mayo, and a rebound to Ruffin of Colorado. That was his first 3-point attempt here tonight. And now a whistle away from the ball and a foul inside on Mayo. Michael Greenstein on the whistle puts the foul on Zeke. It'll be the 6th team foul.
Well, they've been trying to post up anyone that Zeke is guarding. They've been trying to post on Zeke, and that time he got caught.
First foul on Mayo. Buffs to play it in from behind the basket. 32-22, Kansas in front.
Malone and Dickinson just got warned.
4:26 to go in the half. Ronchik throws right side. Ruffin launches a 3. Misses it strong. Rebound on the deck. Ronchik's got it. Then a tie-up. And it will be Colorado ball on the arrow. Good job by Diggy diving in there with Ronchik. And Dickinson got a hand in too.
Yeah, when Kansas misses threes, they're able to get rebounds. Just the long rebounds when Colorado misses. They're quicker to the ball. Sometimes that's just the way the ball bounces. But like you said, I love Diggy getting down on the ground to at least force the jump.
DeJuan Harris checks in for a Jayhawk. They keep Coit on the floor. So Harris and Coit now playing together. Hawks by 10. They go inside Malone. A big-time swat from Flory Bidunga. That sucker flew 20 feet in the air, rejecting Malone.
Yeah, Malone doesn't have a lot of lift, and Flory can make up a lot of ground. Now 7 on the shot clock. Colorado on its own sideline.
You know, they say golf balls and baseballs travel further in the altitude. Maybe Flory Bidunga swats do as well. Ruffin with 2 on the clock. Throws up a prayer. It misses. Rebound Bidunga. And then a whistle and a foul on Colorado.
Yeah, Dak had a hold of Flory. Flory on the weak side. Good position. Went towards the ball. Kansas will get it on Dak's first personal foul.
Bidunga, of course, coming off a career-high 16 rebounds on Saturday. That was his second board here today.
Unleash your smile power with Delta Dental of Kansas. Learn more about individual and family plans at deltadentalks.com.
When we come back, I'll tell you about where Flory ranks amongst the history of Jayhawk freshman shot blockers, as he just put on another one moments ago to run his total up in the mid-40s on the season, which does lead the team. Hawks in front, 32-22, 3:53 to go here in the first half on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here.
Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
(32-22) Kansas leads. The Buffaloes falling into a cold spell, a scoring drought of 2.5 minutes. They're just 1 for their last 8, and part of that is Flory Bidunga swatting 2 more shots inside. Now 46 blocks on Bidunga's freshman campaign. He continues to impress. Obviously, the 16 rebounds were a high watermark on Saturday, but he's been a great shot blocker and alterer throughout the season.
Yeah, he's been great all year. He's so explosive and so quick. I mean, his ability, even when a guy fakes and he might jump, he's so quick on that second jump that he can cover a lot of ground and a mistake. So having an athlete like that on your back line and playing with Hunter Dickinson, so 2 bigs at a time has worked really well as of late, as Colorado is 1 of their last 6 on a 2.5-minute scoring drought.
Bidunga started the day 3rd amongst Kansas freshmen in block shots, moving past both Julian Wright and David Padgett in his last game, and just keeps climbing. We'll update the pecking order by the end of the night, but already 2 here this evening.
Yeah, and if you got one bugaboo tonight, it's going to be rebounds. 7 offensive rebounds by Colorado on 16 misses.
Uh-oh, here's a lob. Bidunga, deep catch, but not in position to dunk it, so he kicks it back out. Hunter will try a 3. This one misses, but contact and a foul on the floor on Colorado.
Yeah, that's on 23. Flory did a nice job on inside position. Hunter Dickinson's not going to get any awards for best pass of the night or delivery of the game. Trying to throw an alley-oop to Flory. Luckily, he was able to come down with it.
Dickinson had been 6 of 7. He yet to attempt a 3, so he thought, why not? But that one rattles off for his second miss of the night. He's a 23% three-point shooter. Free throw bricks by Flory, but tapped out by Hunt, and KU will keep.
He did that the other day against Oklahoma State, and it's such a smart play.
In the corner, AJ, his 3 is blocked, and Colorado will come up with the carom with Yakimovsky.
So hard to block a three-point shooter without fouling, and that was clean.
Crossover and a step through by Ron Cheek, and he traveled. He stepped through too much as that lead foot slid, and it's a turnover on the Buffs, what will be their 6th.
That was good defensive awareness. All 5 Jayhawks got down there as Ronchik penetrated the middle, forced that travel. He thought he had an open lane, and when it closed, he drugged that foot.
3:10 to go in the half. 10-point KU lead.
Let's get back to the paint.
Both Dickinson and Bidunga playing alongside each other. The Twin Towers here for Kansas. The Hawks working it around the perimeter. AJ starts to drive, cut off by Ronchik. They'll kick it out to Harris with 5 to shoot. DeWan will drive, float, shoot, miss. Rebound Colorado. Off shooting night for Harris thus far, 1 for 3. But it's still early. Hammond, a deep 3, in and out, no good. His frustrations continue, and a rebound knocked out of bounds by KU. It will stay with Colorado.
There's another first shot defense. We forced the miss and unable to corral the rebound.
But how about Hammond versus Kansas? He's now 1 of 11 on the season versus KU, and against the rest of the league, he looks like a second-team All-Leaguer.
No, a lot of that's DeWan Harris.
No doubt.
I mean, one of the best defensive players in the country.
Buffs to play it in, trailing by 10. Yakimovsky backing his way down on Zeke, turns, shoots, and a goaltend on Flory. And that's part of being a rookie. You know, he feels like he can get to everything and block everything. That was clearly coming down. Bill Self's going to ask him to look at it at the end of the half, but I think that one's going to stand.
Yeah, that was in the air for a while.
You know what I'm saying, though? He feels invincible after a couple of big blocks. He's going to go for everything. KJ, a little shot, push shot, misses from 12 feet straight on, and a foul on Bidunga over the back. So not a good sequence for Flory there.
Yeah, and they're going to get a couple free throws, or at least a 1-and-1 after the rare miss by KJ Adams, who was 4 of 5 on that very shot.
So we'll march to the other end, and Harrison Carrington An 82% foul shooter will get the front end of a 1-and-1. 7 fouls on each team at this point. 2:20 to go in the half. Hawks by just 8. Make it 7 as he hits the first.
Yeah, all this hard work, and we were stuck on 32-22 for a while. Now Colorado's got a chance to make it 6 at the 2:20 mark.
And they don't. It's in and out, no good, but an offensive rebound for the Buffs. Yakimovsky for 3. He hit it. It's good. Timeout, or is it a foul on Colorado? After the play, we're going to see something on Carrington as he was tangled up inside.
They're going to count the 3. I don't know who the shooter is going to be.
The 3 cuts it to a 4-point ball game, despite Kansas controlling this entire half. Now the 3 officials coming together to...
They might have to take a look at this.
So again, it was Carrington the guilty party for whatever was happening underneath the basket.
And he was the one who missed the free throw. Zeke Mayo is going to be the shooter. I've yet to see a replay.
Bidunga will exit the game, and Mayo to the free throw line.
Maybe a couple free throws can get Zeke going. His only 2 points came off a layup early in the half.
Crowd now getting back into it as their team's only down 4. He swishes the first, does Zeke, who this season has been an 82% foul shooter. That was his 57th attempt on the year. Zeke coming off 15 points on Saturday on 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. He referenced all 7 of his games with 5+ threes have been in the comfy confines of Allen Fieldhouse. He hits both free throws here, pure swishes. The KU lead stretched back out to 6.
You know, I hate to belabor the point, but again, offensive rebounds on a missed free throw was a killer.
Saw that in Utah as well on that Saturday night in Salt Lake. Hawks by 6. Hammond driving on Zeke. Lost the handle. Zeke's got the steal. Here comes KU up 6 with the ball. KJ hands off to Dickinson. He flings to Harris in the corner. Sets a screen. Dewan drives through the paint. Ryland, he wants a 3. He'll get a 3. Ryland Griffin from the corner. And KU back up 9.
Nice job. You give up the leader. The deficit gets to 4 after the 3. Couple free throws by Zeke. And then Ryland Griffin hits him quick in transition.
37-28 Kansas. Hammond out to Ronchik. They lob underneath toward Malone. Faces up on Dickinson. Misses on the left-hand bank try. Rebound Hunt. Here comes Kansas. Mayo weaving through traffic. Wanted a transition 3, but thought better of it. Now they lob to KJ. Tough catch and shot, and he misses it short. Rebound Colorado. Could have brought it down, but tried to catch and shoot all in one motion and just didn't have enough juice. Deep 3 here, misfired on by Carrington. Kansas with another board. Hawks to push. Harris's pass deflected and intercepted. A turnover by KU with numbers. Yakimovsky shot fakes on a 3, drives all the way inside, misses the layup, but it's tipped in by Malone. And Bill Self tells his guys to slow up for a second. He was not pleased on that Harris turnover, slamming his hand down twice on the scores table. It's a 7-point KU lead, 37-30. A 6-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
It was a smart play by Bill Self. He tells, hey, hold the ball. Don't throw it in right away. Let that clock run. So now, like you said, only a 5-second differential.
Really smart play by the first ballot Hall of Famer. Mayo ahead to KJ, goes up, gets hit to the ground, no foul call. He missed the shot, and it's out of bounds off KU. Dickinson pleading that a Buffalo touched it last. The 7'2" center waving his arms in the air, begging for a review. And Badunga's going to check in for Hunter Dickinson.
No fouls.
8 seconds to go.
Yeah, no fouls to give with 8.2 on the clock.
So Colorado will play it in with Ronchik. Boy, you sure thought you might see a whistle there.
Yeah, and I just saw the replay. It was clearly off of Colorado. Now you just got to play strong defense and have a short memory.
Hammond quickly up the floor, tries to go the full 94, passes off, Ruffin lays it in to beat the buzzer. Bill Self so frustrated right now as KU controlled that entire half, but will lead by only 5 with a late first half surge by the Buffs.
Yeah, penetration, and Zeke just kind of got caught napping as his man cut the baseline, got it up and on the rim with about 1 second, and after all that hard work, only up 5 going in the locker room.
37-32, Kansas in front. They will have the ball first to start the second half, but the Buffs, who were down by 10 numerous times, cut it to a 2-possession game at the break. When we come back, Greg Gurley will break down the box score and pick a Jayhawk of the first half, and then we expect to be joined by another former Jayhawk. There's several in the crowd tonight. We already had Sasha Khan join us pregame. Might have a surprise guest here in about 10 minutes as well on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why our agents work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Isn't it time to check Shelter out? Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough?
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
This is Brian Haney with a message from the Kansas Drive to Zero Coalition. Wherever you plan to watch or listen to this week's game, if you're drinking, have a plan to arrive and return home safely. We are proud to partner with the Kansas Drive to Zero Coalition. Plan ahead to designate a sober driver, hop on SafeRock, or use your favorite rideshare app. Together, Jayhawk fans with a plan can prevent serious injuries and fatalities caused by impaired drivers. True Blue Jayhawks don't drink and drive.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Kansas Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
When a KU versus K-State rivalry game begins, emotions run high, legends are created, school pride hangs in the balance, memories that last a lifetime will be made, because each game is the most important game in history, at least until the next one. Get in the game with your chance to win up to $50,000. The Rivalry Riches instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery. See kslottery.com for details.
20 minutes of Jayhawk basketball are in the books. Welcome to the Halftime Show on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield. The Halftime Show is brought to you by the University of Kansas Health System, the official healthcare provider of Kansas Athletics, together with LMH Health, the Kansas Department of Insurance, reminding you to have a game plan before you invest. Help is available at smartinvestks.com, and by the Kansas Lottery. Download the Play On app and dream bigger. The Halftime Show begins now.
Welcome back to Boulder, Colorado, as your Jayhawks are up 37-32 at half. Could have been a lot more, but Colorado goes on a little run and gets the last second shot to fall. The frustrated Bill Self heads in the locker room, only up 5 in a dominating performance, really. And that's the frustrating part right now. Got to do a better job on the defensive glass as they're getting out rebound 22-14, 10 offensive rebounds for Colorado on 20 misses. So getting 50% of their misses. Have to do a better job on the defensive glass, and it's a much different ball game. Old Dominion Freight Line, first half player of the game. Pretty obvious choice here. Hunter Dickinson, 15 points, 6 of 8 shooting, 7 rebounds, had an assist and a steal. No-brainer pick for your player of the half. Next closest, KJ Adams with 8 points on 4 of 8 from the field. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion is the official freight line of Kansas Athletics. Your score at the half, Kansas 37, Colorado 32. We'll be right back on the halftime show with a recap and highlights from the first half. You're listening to Jayhawk Basketball on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Ma, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Is my homework right?
I think so.
Is, this milk still good?
I think so.
When it comes to parenting, sometimes it's okay to think you know. But when it's something as important as your child's car seat, don't just think. Know. Double check if your child is in the right seat for their age and size. It'll help protect them in a car crash. Don't just think. Know by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the CU Event Center. Kansas up 5 at the break, 37-32. Well, a special treat for you on the halftime show. A guy whose analysis and voice graced the Jayhawk Network airwaves from 2007 to 2014. He called the national championship of 2008. Of course, he's a 1988 national championship player. Chris Piper joins us. How you doing, Pipe?
I'm hanging in there. I was looking for a smaller headset. This one that Gurley uses is about 8 sizes too small for my head, but we'll worry about that later.
He stretches it out with all that knowledge.
Just a little. Yeah, it's the knowledge. Right, it's the knowledge. Yeah, we all know better than that.
Drop some knowledge on us. So what do you think of this season? What do you think of this half you just watched?
Perplexing. I mean, super perplexing. You watch Kansas and you start and you score 14 points in the first 4 minutes and you think, man, we have got the offense together. And all of a sudden then you score 13 points in the next, 10 minutes or so?
Right.
And it's just this team, I don't know what it is about it. They can turn it on and turn it off in a heartbeat. And that's both on the offensive end and the defensive end. And I know it's super frustrating for Bill trying to figure out what this team chemistry is. But I was talking to somebody the other day, Brian, and I said, I remember a team that was 12-8 at one point and ended up winning a national championship. Yep. So you can't give up on them too soon. But there's a lot of talent. I know the guys care. Great kids. They just got to find out. I think they got to find their identity. Who are they? What do you hang your hat on every day? And that has to be every day, right? It can't be one game more offense, one game more defense. It is. They've got to figure out their identity. And for some reason, they just haven't yet figured it out, I don't think.
Great analysis, and I love the 1988, and I'll get you dropped in there. Your teammate from that season is now an assistant coach with Tad Boyle, Danny Manning. So for those listening that were big Jayhawk fans back in the 80s, how close still to this day is that group? How much do you guys still talk and get together?
We have a text thread, but it's interesting. That group wasn't like a lot of teams where they did everything, or we did everything together. When we got on the floor, we were as tight as can be, but everybody kind of did their own thing off the floor, and it's still the same way, but we all stay in contact. I went up and saw Danny and Tad actually at the shoot-around up in Lawrence a couple weeks ago, and it's just like you just talked to him the other day. I know Danny's frustrated. He's had a bad run at Louisville. and then they started off 0-13 this year. And I think it's been for Tad, it's been an eye opener a little bit. He knew what the Big 12 was about, but I think it's been a little bit of an eye opener. And they've had some bad breaks as well, but I know they'll get it put together. Danny's just phenomenal, though. The thing about Danny is he's just so, he's so humble and he's so quiet. You're trying to have a conversation with Danny, and it's like, okay, all right, 5 minutes in, we're good. We got it all done. We got it all caught up. We're good to go again. But, I'm excited for them in the Big 12, and I know they'll get it put together.
5 minutes doesn't cover it all when we're talking with you, though. I wish we had more than 5 minutes, but why don't we close with this in the remaining time we do have. Obviously, you won a title with Larry Brown, but you've known Bill Self since he was a young GA. Now, 606 career wins later at Kansas. Your thoughts on what happened earlier this year when he became our winningest coach of all time?
Well, he's unbelievable, and his claim to fame is when he was at Kansas, he was my offensive shooting coach, and he led me to 5 points a season at average. But no, he's the thing about Bill, which is crazy, is he's the same guy that he was back when he was a GA, and I think that's what makes him special. The humility, the sheer will to win, and the intelligence, and you've seen him. You go in a situation. I was at the hotel with some friends that he's never met before, and he was like just one of the guys sitting there talking, and that's what makes him special, I think, and it sets him apart from a lot of guys in this profession.
No doubt, completely agree. Pipe,
hey,
always great to see you, man.
All right.
Thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks, guys.
Chris Piper, 1988 national champion, a 2008 champion broadcaster, joining us here at the half. More halftime coming up. Hawks up 5 at CU on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
This is Kansas Insurance Commissioner Vicki Schmidt. Success on game day starts with doing your homework. Investing is no different. That's why you should visit smartinvestks.com, an investor empowerment initiative from the Kansas Insurance Department. Whether you are just coming off the bench or are a seasoned pro, smartinvestks.com is here to coach you on how to avoid investment fraud by chalking up the offensive and defensive X's and O's. Have a game plan before you invest. Visit smartinvestks.com. That's smartinvestks.com.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver.
and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Boulder. KU leads at 37-32 at the break. Houston won earlier tonight, winning at number 10 Texas Tech, 69-61. That's KU's next opponent. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Jayhawk Basketball. The second half comes your way when we return. 37-32 Kansas on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
How's business?
Good. Are you up to speed with the new beneficial ownership reporting requirements?
Sort of. What's it about?
It's a new initiative to help fight crimes like money laundering, fraud, and drug trafficking. A lot of small businesses like ours just have to report some basic info to the federal government about the real people behind them.
Reporting your company's beneficial ownership information is quick, secure, and free, and it helps protect U.S. national security. Learn more at fincen.gov/BOI.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Another teenager, victim to fake pills bought from social media. This doesn't seem like a drug deal, but it definitely is. Should buying prescription pills be that easy? Many fake pills contain fentanyl, and an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal. So listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real. Brought to you by USPTO and the National Crime Prevention Council.
37-32 Kansas. Hawks with the ball to start the second half, and they go immediately inside, and Hunter Dickinson draws a foul just 8 seconds into this half, and he's having to come off right now and get some
he's got a bloody nose,
some kind of towel to wipe the blood off his nostrils. But the foul was on the Buffs, and this one will be on Smith and send Dickinson to the line for two. Meanwhile, he's wiping his bloody nose in front of the student section and being booed mercilessly.
Oh, what
as
happened?
He takes his time.
Smith on the catch-up got kind of all ball, but as he swiped down, his elbow caught Hunt right in the nose, and he's got a little Kleenex in the right nostril. But it was a great play set right out of halftime. Throw it to the corner, a little back screen by Zeke Mayo that allowed a nice open lane for Hunter. See if he can make a couple free throws.
So with some cotton in his right nostril, he misses the first. He had such a great first half. 15 points on 6 of 8 shooting, 7 rebounds. Now the students are all over him. This is the only side where the students could play a role in missed free throws, and they got all kinds of signs waving as he clanks them both. Dickinson, a 76% foul shooter, goes 0 for 2.
Yeah, might have been a little rattled with that shot to the face. Wasn't a flagrant one or anything, just a regular basketball play. But now Colorado can dig back in, only down 5.
Ronchik backing down on Ryland, turns with the jump hook, and it's good. Crawls all the way around the rim and falls in. KU's lead is cut to 3.
And their big guards have tried to post up our guards, and that time took Ryland Griffin.
Griffin on the left wing. Dribble handoff finds KJ. Feeds it inside to Dickinson, backing down on Dak. Kicks to Zeke. Dials up a 3. It misses. Rebound Colorado. Rough game for Zeke. 1 for 4 right now.
Yeah, the double team came. That was a good look.
Dak lost the handle and it rolls out of bounds off of Colorado. A turnover on the Buffs.
Yeah, that's the second time that Dak has fumbled it out of bounds on the post up. Got the shot you wanted by Zeke Mayo in the corner. Got to get him going.
It's crazy how much the splits look different, home versus away on his shooting. Ahead comes KJ, jump stop left side, kick it out, and Zeke through left side toward the right angle that time of a driving Ryland Griffin, but he thought Griffin would camp on the wing. Instead, Ryland took off to run inside, and it goes out of bounds and turned over.
Yeah, and that's on Ryland. You want to get the ball to the middle and reverse sides, and he wasn't being guarded, and Zeke made the right pass, but got to play through this.
5th KU turnover. Here's Colorado for the tie. In and out, no good on a 3 from Ronchik.
In and out is right. That was about 80% down.
37-34 Kansas. Dickinson collects on the left elbow. Hands off to Harris. Jump stop in the lane. He'll have to turn and fling it backwards to KJ. Ryland, left baseline, finds Adams, hangs, misses. Rebound fought for and won by Dickinson, but is it a tie-up? He brought it down to his waist, and what's the call? They're going to give it to him on the arrow.
Yeah, going to give him possession arrow. Finally, Kansas giving Colorado a dose of its own medicine with an offensive rebound, but they were able to tie it up. There's a lot of contact underneath. And yep, clean jump ball.
37-34 Jayhawks. 18:08 to play as Ruffin brings it up the floor for Colorado. Screen comes left side, throws out to Dak at the top. Inside Ronchik, leaning in on KJ, misses, loose ball, out of bounds off the Buffs.
Wow, another break there. Looked like they were going to have another offensive rebound, and Dak, who has struggled all night handling the ball, just fumbled it out of bounds.
37-34 Kansas.
As good as we started the first half, the second half has been a struggle.
KJ, a step through, leans in, muscles up, and misses, but he's fouled. Hit the deck hard, and free throws coming for KJ Adams as they'll put this one on the Buffs inside. Already 2 fouls on Colorado this half. Ronchik, the guilty party.
Yeah, a little tight roll. DeJuan Harris with the pocket pass, and KJ always trying to draw contact. Will go to the line for a couple.
Adams on the season, a 75% free throw shooter. And this one misses. KU 0 for 3 from the free throw line this half. One more coming. Types of things you got to do to win on the road. Hit the freebies. Hawks now 7 of 12 in the ball game. They have been 7 of 9. He missed them both. Rebound Colorado. Just can't do that with 2 seniors going 0 for 4 to open the half. And the KU lead remains just 3. Buffs with the basketball right side. Harris hounding Hammond, who is still yet to score. He's their leading scorer at 13 a game. He's had 2 points in 3 halves versus KU this year. Now they look to drive inside. Up and under is good, but before the shot, a foul on the floor. No basket. Yakimovsky took Harris off the bounce, and thankfully the foul came before the shot. So a foul on DeJuan will be KU's first foul in the second half, his second personal. 3-point KU lead, 17-17 to play. Hammond trying to get it in. Yakimovsky off a screen, along 2, misses short. Rebound, Dickinson. Another board for Hunt. Up the floor, Griffin to the cup. Left-hand layup misses. And a long rebound collected by Hammond of the Buffs. It was an acrobatic attempt. Now they go for the tie. It misses from Yakimovsky. And a foul on the rebound on Colorado. And if that's on Ronchik, that's 3 all this half. Now they're going to put it on Ruffin. Ruffin with the foul. Boy, Griffin had a chance. KU had numbers, but he tried to absorb contact and kind of throw it up in a sidewinding fashion and missed the layup.
We're 3 minutes in. Kansas hasn't scratched, and the only bucket by Colorado was a Ronchik post moves. Man, got to get something going offensively.
KJ, a lob to Hunt, tries to pass it back to KJ on a touch pass, but it's intercepted. Didn't get much of it, did Dickinson. A shot is good for Hammond, and a foul on Zeke. It's an and one, and the Buffs can tie this game as their leading scorer finally gets in the scorebook. KU breaking down on both ends. Bill Self sits down in frustration.
And they called Zeke for a restricted area, but he wasn't even in the restricted area. That should have just been a play on.
Hunter on the other end felt the double team coming, so he tried to bat it back to KJ, but he kind of whiffed on the ball. Free throw's good. We're tied. KU still scoreless in this second half. Some 3.5 minutes in.
Yeah, when the Kansas crowd was taking over in the first half, now the Colorado crowd's back into a brand new ball game, tied up at 16:30.
Hawks led by 10 numerous times in the first. Now Zeke fumbles on the catch. My goodness, what's he doing? This is the toughest game he's had in a while, and that time just took his eye off the ball.
Yeah, that's one of those, like a receiver. He saw yardage in front. He took his eye off and just fumbled it out of bounds. So a comedy of errors here. First 3.5 minutes of the second half.
3 turnovers on Mayo, just 4 points, 1 of 4 from the field. He's coming off 5 threes on Saturday. Buffs can take the lead. Yakimovsky a 3, misses, well contested by KJ. Rebound Dickinson of Kansas. He's got his double-double for a 3rd straight game. Here he comes up the floor, gets around his man, but misses the layup. A whistle, though, will put a foul on Ronchik.
I thought he was going to dunk that. You know, he faked the handoff, gets all the way to the rim. But now he'll go back to the line where Kansas is 0 for 4. He missed 2 early.
And Ronchik with 3 fouls, all in these first 4 minutes of the second half. Can Kansas hit a free throw to finally get something going offensively in this second stanza? Buffs have never led. We're tied at 37 all. The lefty shoots, misses. You want to get your tails whooped in March and go home early? Keep shooting free throws like this. Surefire recipe to end your season quickly. Kansas 0 for 5 to start the half. They looked dominant in the first 5 minutes. It was 14-4. What's happened in the last 20 minutes?
Kind of reminds me of the Baylor game. There we go. 1 of 6 as Hunter gives Kansas the lead back with 1 of 4 from the free throw line here in the second.
38-37 KU. Think about that. In the last 20 minutes, they've scored just 24 points. Inside go the Buffs. Now they'll spin and curl back out to Ruffin. He dribbles toward the right corner. Looking for Hammond at the top. Driving on KJ. Puts up a wild one that falls. 2 in a row for Hammond. He's heating up. And the Buffs have their first lead of the entire game. 39-38 Colorado. KU looking a little bit rattled right now. Harris, right baseline, throws across to Ryland. He's looking to drive, hands off to Hunt, little floater, good! And Dickinson points at the CU student section. KU goes up 1.
Once again, Ryland is the facilitator. He put the ball on the ground, found Hunter, and here's a layup on the other end.
Good contest, though, on help defense by KJ. No foul, and out of bounds off of KU.
Yeah, I called it. I thought it was going to be a layup, but nice catch up by KJ Adams to force the miss. Might have got a block. Regardless, Colorado will have it down 1 after the media timeout. Second half action is brought to you by Meritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics, proudly serving Jayhawk fans and the Lawrence community, federally insured by the NCAA.
Well, despite the 3 missed free throws by Hunter, Dickinson has far and away been KU's most impressive player, most productive player. 18 points, 10 rebounds already. With still 15:06 to play. Hawks clinging to a 1-point lead. It'll be CU ball when we return. 40-39, Kansas. It's the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
The tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
This is Kansas Insurance Commissioner Vicki Schmidt. Success on game day starts with doing your homework. Investing is no different. That's why you should visit smartinvestks.com, an investor empowerment initiative from the Kansas Insurance Department. Whether you are just coming off the bench or are a seasoned pro, smartinvestks.com is here to coach you on how to avoid investment fraud by chalking up the offensive and defensive X's and O's. Have a game plan before you invest. Visit smartinvestks.com. That's smartinvestks.com.
Dear winter, Toyota can't get enough of you. Because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. And that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the Svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Always Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/24.
Hi, this is Alonzo Jameson, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk Basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
A 5-point halftime lead has been trimmed to 1, but right before the start of the second half, our Greg Gurley caught up with Curtis Townsend.
Here with assistant coach Curtis Townsend, pretty much dominated that entire half. Frustrating to only be up 5 at the half. What was the message?
Our defensive rebounding, we gave up 10 offensive rebounds for 12 points, and it was 12-0 there. That was the game. We fell asleep at the end, gave up easy basket. We got to keep playing through Hunt. Obviously, they couldn't guard him. And we just got to move the ball and our bodies more in the offensive end.
All right, thanks, KT.
Okay, thanks.
Curtis Townsend with our Greg Gurley. 15:06 to go. Kansas's halftime lead has been trimmed to 1, 40-39. And by the way, that first half recap with KT brought to you by Bud Light, a proud sponsor of Kansas Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Colorado has outscored KU 7-3 to start the second half. There have been multiple turnovers on Mayo and just not much offensive productivity to speak of, including 5 missed free throws.
Yeah, free throws were definitely a problem. Bill Self substitutes Biggie Coit and A.J. Storr to possibly get a little scoring punch as Ryland and Zeke. And that's been our issue. The 3 guards, when you look at A.J., Ryland, and Zeke, as they go, we go, and tonight it's been a struggle.
40-39 Kansas, so Storr, Diggy, Dickinson, Juan, and KJ, your 5 on the floor. Here's a tip and a steal by Coit. 2-on-1. Diggy fakes on a 3 ahead to the 1, and he's in trouble. Has to lob it back out to Coit.
That's all right, though. Didn't force anything. You get the steal. Nice job by Diggy.
An immediate impact off the bench by Coit with that steal. Dickinson off to Harris, left wing. 10 on the clock. Rifles the pass to KJ, lobs to Hunt, gets the bucket to go, and the foul. A chance at 3 for Hunter Dickinson.
Yeah, KJ was so hot from that spot, but he had the opportunity to throw it down to Hunt. Hunt didn't bring it down, takes the contact. What a play by KJ Adams to flash to the middle. It's when you don't have anything going, you need that guy just to flash to the middle, and that's exactly what KJ did. Right place, right time, made the right pass.
Hunter Dickinson could wind up threatening with a career night. He had 33 while with the Wolverines versus Michigan State several years ago. With that free throw make and 1, he's now got 21 and 10.
Yeah, you're up 1. Colorado with the ball. Diggy gets the steal, then you get the and 1, and you can set your defense.
43-39. Kansas leading by 4. Buffs with Ruffin with the ball, handing off to Zvope. Right side now, they'll sling it toward Caceres. Kansas in the corner, a block 3 by Harris. Loose ball, KJ's got it. Another great defensive play by DeJuan.
Back-to-back defensive plays by Kansas after Colorado was creeping back that time. DeJuan Harris with the block.
KJ at the free throw line, kicks back to A.J. Storr. He'll drive, a jump stop, wild shot misses. Rebound goes out of bounds off a Storr. Again, everything but the finish.
He had a lane, but it closed early, and once it closed, he kind of threw up a wild shot.
He's a an aggressive driver who, when he's assertive, we saw it at Wisconsin last year at 17 points per game. He can be a great rim finisher, but he's had a harder time translating that to Kansas.
Yeah, and that's one of those when you penetrate, sometimes you penetrate to pitch when they close that lane, and he threw up kind of a wild shot. Back on defense.
Colorado with the ball from left to right as we view the floor. Ruffin kicks out to Malone. Head fakes on a 3. Shot clock reading 8 seconds. Malone inside on Flory. Flory ripped it away. He took it away from the big man. And here comes Kansas after 3 straight stops defensively. Diggy for 3. No, and that one was a little bit hurried early in the possession and off balance. Ruffin back the other way, all the way inside. Right hand runner, good. Over Bidunga, the Buffs cut it to 2.
You get back-to-back-to-back steals, then you have an opportunity you can't capitalize, and they hit you quick after the miss by Coit. Looks like a zone now for Colorado.
43-41 Kansas.
Look for something up top.
Diggy, a lob. AJ misses on the alley-oop try, and the rebound to Colorado, and Bill Self's going to pull him.
Got exactly what you wanted.
Caceres on the other end, blocked by Dickinson, but it's a goaltend, and this game is tied. Bill Self says, you got to look at that. You got to review that at the next dead ball. He thought it was still going up, but for the moment, it's a tie game.
Yeah, it's a goaltend. It hit the glass first. Yeah.
So 43 all our score, and indeed Storr goes to the end of the bench.
On the other end, you get exactly what you want. AJ at the rim, and he just missed it. Here's something could be up top.
Coit, he wants a 3. He gets a 3. David Diggy Coit from the wing, just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, they had challenged the alley-oop, so that left Diggy wide open. And after the miss a couple possessions ago, he makes them pay.
46-43 Kansas. Malone in the left corner, entry pass, batted loose by Flory, but Malone gets it back. 10 to shoot for the Buffs. Smith between the circles. Ryland out to guard him. Trap comes. Ruffin from way downtown. He hit it. A 29-footer falls. And this game is tied as Ruffin, a 33% three-point shooter, shoots it in from deep. 46 all our score. 11:45 to play. Kansas with the ball. Griffin left side for Diggy. Coit enters in. Hunter turns and connects. An 8-footer goes left side. KU back up 2.
Yeah, that was a tough shot, too. He's going to his right, shooting across his body. It's been Hunter's night so far. Who else is going to step up?
48-46 Kansas. 4 ties, 2 lead changes. Vogt for 3. Misses. Offensive rebound. Malone of Colorado tried to throw across the blocks. Flory got a hand in, but a whistle from behind and a foul on Bidunga, who thought he had a clean steal.
Yeah, it sure looked like it, but that's another offensive rebound on the miss by Colorado. They'll keep it after the under 12.
Wow, okay, so the left hand was clean, reaching around to get the steal, but the right hand of Bidunga was in the center of the back of Svope, and that's what Greenstein saw in putting the foul on Flory. 2-point KU lead. That's going to be the 3rd foul on Kansas. 5 team fouls on the Buffs. 48-46 Jayhawks. Cheer on the Jayhawks with Electric Park canned cocktails. Vodka sodas available in 2 delicious flavors. Perfect for game days, made with Rieger's Vodka.
The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first.
We referenced several former Jayhawks in the crowd. TJ Pugh, who's a doctor out here in the Denver area. He brought a couple of his boys to Allen Fieldhouse a month ago. He's in the stands tonight in the 3rd row behind the Kansas bench. 48-46 Jayhawks. 11-12 to go on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Jayhawk fans, it's Coach Self. Here at Kansas Athletics, we know success isn't accomplished alone. It's all about the team. That's why we are proud to team up with Meritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics. Team Meritrust knows that every play matters and every moment leads to a winning game plan. They have the resources you need to save, spend, borrow, and plan along your financial journey. Stop by a Ameritrust location today or visit ameritrustcu.org. Together, it's a win. Rock Chalk.
They say tomorrow is always coming, but never arrives. It's always just beyond today. Not true when it comes to internet. Tomorrow's technology is already here. We'll need solutions that are even faster, smarter, and more secure. So let's go. Let's go to a place where Midco Internet connects you to all the possibilities of tomorrow. That's where we're going today. Midco. Let's go beyond.
The Jayhawks have been lighting up scoreboards. Well, since scoreboards were invented. And Shirley Signs has been lighting up the Midwest and shipping signs nationwide since 1972. With 2 locations, Shirley Signs can help you with any location in Kansas. From channel letters to awnings and everything in between. Multiple locations? No problem. Check out www.shirleysigns.com or call 1-800-779-7446.
.11-12 to play here in Boulder. The 2-13 Buffaloes, who have won 2 of their last 3 in the league, right now giving Kansas all they want and then some. KU clinging to a 2-point lead, but 11-12 to play. And right now, Jayhawks, other than Hunter Dickinson and Diggy Coit, really struggling.
Yeah, Hunter and Diggy are 4 of 5. The rest of the team is 0 of 5 with 3 turnovers, and Kansas 2 of 7 from the free throw line. Being outscored here in this second half. So far 14-11, but man, got to get some other guys going.
Dickinson with 23 and 10 is currently on the bench. Flory playing alongside KJ in the post. 11:08 to go. Hawks by 2. Caceres goes behind the back. Throws off. A jump stop in the lane. Now Hammond tried to go behind the back. Went off the foot of Flory, who stole it but then threw it away. Caceres misses on a floater. Rebound Zeke. Wow, Flory had a steal and then an immediate turnover, but KU dodges a bullet on the missed shot inside by Caceres. They put that turnover on Diggy Coit. The official scorer doesn't know the difference between Coit and Badunga. Griffin looking inside for Flory. He tries to face up on Malone, but a push in the back comes first, and that'll be already 6 fouls on Colorado. Thankfully, it's 6 and not 7, Greg. I'm not sure you want Flory taking a 1-and-1 right now.
Yeah, agreed. There's not a lot of positive mojo on that free throw line, but we will be in the bonus for the duration.
KU lobs it into KJ Adams. 10:30 to play. Hawks by 2. Zeke, head of the circle, little floater lob, broken up, and out of bounds off of Colorado. KU catches a break.
Zeke and Flory not on the same page. Flory didn't even elevate for that alley-oop, and luckily Colorado knocked it out of bounds. 9 on the clock.
It was a whisker away from being Mayo's 4th turnover. And how about Malone? All 270 pounds of him dove into the donor section. Don't want to draw that charge. Diggy on a step-back 3. Misses side iron. Rebound Colorado. Buffs with a chance to tie or take the lead. Smith at the top. Jump stop on the left elbow. Enters into Malone. Blocked by Flory. He pinned it on the glass. No goaltend this time. A 3rd block for Badunga.
Yeah, and that's not reviewable because they didn't call it.
On the other end, Griffin head of the circle. Who's going to step up and be the alpha with this 5 on the floor? Zeke dribbles between his legs. 10 on the clock. Crowd trying to make him shoot it. He does. It misses. He had plenty of time, but the students were chanting 3-2-1. Rebound Colorado. Here come the Buffs down 2. Inside they'll go to Carrington. Quickly kicks it right back out. 9:30 to play. Hammond on the run. Misses with a thud. Rebound Zeke Mayo. Great job tracking that one down by Zeke. Kansas by 2 with the ball. There's a lob to KJ. Deep catch. He lays it in. Ryland on the feed. KJ on the layup. And KU goes up 4.
Once again, Ryland with the great pass. Saw the mismatch underneath. Delivered it perfectly. KJ gathered. Hawks by 4.
Griffin had a season-high 6 assists on Saturday. Here's a Colorado three that misses off the back iron. Rebound, Kansas, and Diggy Coit, the smallest player on the floor, comes away with the ball. Lob to KJ, and he's hammered from behind. It was a kick out. He's going to try to say it was a shot because it's the difference between a 1-and-1 and 2 shots, and they're going to make it a 1-and-1 indeed for the 75% free throw shooter, KJ Adams.
Yeah, on the other end, Malone thought he had a layup, but the quick bounce of Flory Badunga. Again, Malone's not a guy that elevates. He's not quick off the bounce like Flory. What a defensive play by the young freshman. Now KJ has got to step up. 2 of 7 from the free throw line this half. Got to get this first one.
He's 0 for 2 today, 75% on the season. And that's a pure swish.
Perfect.
Nothing but the bottom of the net. Center cut like Gurley on the putting greens. Let's do it again. One more time here for KJ. 5-point Kansas lead. Their margin they led by at the half. 8:49 to play. Spins with the left hand. Bends at the knees. Shoots. Misses. KJ now 1 of 4 this half from the free throw line. 5-point Kansas advantage, 8:45 to play. Hammond, nobody picked him up, and he swishes the three. What in the world happened? 3 Jayhawks were inside the paint area, and Colorado's best scorer gets an uncontested 3. 2-point KU lead. Diggy on the other end. Shot fakes on the outside, had it knocked loose. Zeke saves it. KU over the top to KJ. Steps through, goes up, and goaltending is the call. Goaltending on Baskin. 2 more for Adam.
Yeah, and luckily KJ was so close to the basket. Not a lot of room for error. Baskin got up quick, and they will take a look at it, but you know what? It was kind of blocked from behind. That'll be an interesting call.
Well, the previous defensive breakdown, I think Coach Self, in pulling Diggy out, had some instruction for him. There was a missed assignment clearly in stopping the ball with Hammond.
Yeah, it was a free throw miss, and they got a wide open 3 with no passes.
From their best player. Hammond, the lob to Dak, and a big-time jammer spiked home in KU's face. It's a 2-point Jayhawk lead with 8 minutes to play. Bang got Dak, their leading scorer in league play at 52%. Got an easy slam. Ryland ahead to Hunter, steps through, goes up, and gets it to go all the way around the iron and through. Somehow it falls.
It was almost blocked in by Dak, but it'll count just the same.
55-51 Kansas. Hawks struggling to separate. Colorado won't go away. Buffs with the ball down 4. Baskin at the head of the circle. Flings ahead. Caceres wide open, but blocked from behind by Dickinson. Caceres had gotten clear of Zeke and had an open lane to the basket, but the help side defense from Big Hunt came, and his rejection goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Hunt not a great shot blocker, but he's had some success right there as he brought it away from his body. Hunt's able to save a bucket. Colorado will keep it. The officials will go to the monitor for a few possessions ago when KJ had that bucket that was called a goaltend, and that'll be an interesting call because it appeared that it was kind of blocked from behind and then goaltended. So we'll see how that goes. Looking for a job? Have you considered a job in the oil and natural gas industry? We're currently paying our highest wages in history. Find out more at kansasstrong.com.
For the moment, it's 55-51 Kansas. We'll see if it stays that way when we return. The Hawks have hit 5 of their last 7 shots, and they will indeed count the bucket and not overrule it. So 55-51 remains the score. CU will have the ball down 4 when we return. 7:23 to go on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
I had this patient. His cancer treatment had him in the hospital for a while. One day we learned his grandson's prom was coming up, so secretly we arranged for him and his date to stop by. I'll never forget that night. The smile on my patient's face, the hug that didn't want to end. Sometimes I wonder if I'm doing all I can. Then I help make a moment like that happen, and I know I am.
The University of Kansas Cancer Center. Why would you go anywhere else?
And now an important message from our coaches' wives.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis,
988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support.
You'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors
who will listen to your concerns and connect you to additional resources if needed.
There is hope.
You are not alone.
For 24/7 non-judgmental support,
call, text, or chat 988.
At Dillon's, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Dillon's, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hi Jayhawk fans, this is 2008 national champion Sasha Khan, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk Basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
Great to hear from Sasha on our pregame show earlier today. Sasha living in Evergreen, Colorado, has a wife and 2 kids, 11 and 9 years old, that he's watching here tonight. This is Jayhawks lead at 55-51, but it has not been easy as Colorado, who trailed by 10 on numerous first-half occasions, has fought hard, and Kansas has really struggled to separate.
Yeah, and a big story in the game, second chance points. Colorado outscoring Kansas 12-0. That's off 13 offensive rebounds, so Kansas done a better job in the second half on the glass, but had to shore that up. 7:23 to go. It's there for the taking.
How about Hunter Dickinson? 25 points, 10 rebounds, his 3rd consecutive double-double. Closing in on a career high. They get it in, but it goes through the hands of Hammond, and KU's got the steal with Mayo. Zeke up the floor to KJ. Oh my! He comes soaring in like Superman and spikes it down. KJ soars for the jam.
Mayo gets the steal, and he slows up, didn't have much. KJ fills in. Thought he got fouled, too. What a finish.
On the other end, Dak is wide open for a dunk. Another breakdown on the back line, and Colorado cuts it to 4.
Dak has been a killer all night. He's 6 of 8. He's had 4 dunks.
He's the only buff in double figures, and yet they're within 4 points of Kansas. 57-53 Jayhawks.
Over the top.
The lob to Hunt, deep catch, easy lay-in. Zeke Mayo put it right on the money, and Big Hunt's got 27.
And he got fouled. It was a great delivery by Zeke Mayo. Clear that right side out. Easy pitch and catch.
Dickinson right now is 1 off a season high. He had 28 versus Michigan State. He loves playing those Spartans as a former Wolverine. 6-point Kansas lead, 6:12 to go. Backdoor cut to Dak, up and under. Misses this time, and Mayo's got the rebound.
What a break. Dak has been so good around the rim all night, just missed the layup.
Really a great stretch for Mayo, who struggled early. Ryland for 3, misses, rebound on the deck, Colorado's got it. Yakimovsky up the floor, steps through, right-hand layup misses, but a stick back good for Baskin, and the Buffs cut it to 4.
Just don't need that shot by Ryland Griffin, a guarded 3 that started them in transition.
Mayo pulled up from the 15-foot stripe, but decided better than a shot. He kicks it out. Harris to drive, a jump stop, spins in the lane, kicks back to KJ. They try to enter toward Dickinson. It's broken up by Dak, but he can't corral it. It goes out of bounds off of Dak and will stay with Kansas with just 6 seconds on the shot clock.
In a really difficult place to inbound, dead corner. Got plenty of time to catch, make a move. Hunter steps out, get a little blow here at the 5:25 mark.
Well, he did not want to come out. He was surprised they were bringing in Flory for him. He's on a roll right now. 59-55 Kansas. A lob to Bidunga. He couldn't catch it, but he was hooked from behind by Dak.
Wow, that was going out of bounds. Bailout call by Marcus Pettigrew. We've been on him a lot, but that benefited Kansas right there. The 8th team foul, so it will be a 1-and-1 for Flory.
From a struggling free throw shooter at 60% to start the night.
Well,
he's 0 for 1 tonight.
And it was the right call. Dak had a hold of him.
Come on, Flory. This could be a coming-of-age moment here. Front end of a 1-and-1. Misses. He's 0 for 2. You just can't have that. Kansas has struggled mightily here in the second half of the free throw line. Colorado nearly had an over and back there. As Baskin looked like he was almost to the midcourt stripe and threw it backwards. 4-point KU lead. Buffs with the ball. Dak across the paint in the corner. Ronchik head faked on a three. Now he fades, fires, misses. But a stick back jam from Dak. And it's a 2-point ball game as he came soaring in, gathered and fired. Now Griffin, does he have a three-point answer? He's fouled. Dak hit him, shot missed, and 3 free throws coming for Ryland Griffin.
And once again, an offensive rebound. How many times have I said that? You do a good job defensively, and you give up the backside rebound floor. He doesn't get a body on Dak, and he gets the dunk. Now Ryland Griffin, up by 2, has a chance to make this a 5-point game with 3 free throws.
Greg, this half, Kansas is 3 of 10 from the free throw line. 30% for a team that normally shoots them at 72%. The first of 3 is good, a pure swish.
Yeah, if anyone's going to make 3 in a row, it's got to be Ryland Griffin. You know, we've had Flory, we've had KJ at the line, Hunter struggled, but let's get 3 big ones right here for Ryland Griffin.
Dickinson will check in after this free throw here. He's having his best game since Michigan State way back in November. Both free throws on the first 2 are good. Bidunga comes out. Not a good 45 seconds for Flory there, but they give Hunter the brief rest that Bill wanted him to have.
And sometimes what you get with freshmen is they think that their athleticism is going to get the rebounds, and you don't go and do fundamental things, which is box out.
Third free throw. All 3 are good.
Huge.
Clutch for Ryland Griffin. 3 pure swishes, and KU up 5. Now a tip by Dewan and a steal. KU's got it. Griffin looking to drive to Hunt. It's tipped. It's caught. Oh, but he missed it. And then a foul from behind on Dickinson. Oh, my goodness. KU had a chance to go up 7. Hunter was off balance, couldn't get it after tipping it to himself. And then hits a buff from behind and picks up his second, the team's 4th.
And Hunter just doesn't get calls. Obviously, the foul was on him, and that was the right call, but when he's going up, he's getting hit down low, up high, and the steal by Dewan. That's a travel. That was a travel. You can't run the baseline after a turnover.
Bill Self getting an explanation here as he runs down the floor from John Gaffney. That's a head-scratcher indeed. 62-57 Jayhawks. Buffs with the ball, and Harris poking from behind on Hammond. This is a crew that realized there was a 6-foul discrepancy, and in the last 15 seconds, 2 quick ones on Kansas.
Well, Ranchik was throwing the ball in, and he ran the baseline. That is a travel when it's not after a made basket.
62-57. What did Gaffney try to say to Bill to justify it?
I don't know.
Running down the floor. Hammond bumped offline by Hunt, tries a 3, he hit it. My goodness, he was in the deep freeze for the first 25 minutes, but red hot ever since. He's now in double figures. It's a 2-point ball game, 62-60 Kansas with 4 minutes to play. Mayo, they feed it into Hunt. Backing down to Malone, spins around him, goes up, he's blocked, gets his own rebound, misses, rebound Buffs, and Colorado can tie or take the lead. Hunt got the Karen but missed from 4 feet. Malone for the tie, bricked it. Hunter's got the board, and KU with the ball up 2 with 3.5 minutes to play. 27 points and 13 rebounds for Hunter Dickinson. And a timeout for Kansas will give us a timeout on the floor. Hunter Dickinson, what a line tonight. And oh, so close on the last 2 trips down the floor, twice, to separating and giving Kansas some breathing room.
We know it. It's never easy on the road, no matter what the records are. Colorado staying in this one, only down 2. Jayhawk fans, get to Rally House today and shop the latest KU gear, included exclusive styles featuring your Kansas athletes. Shop Rally House in-store and online today.
KU's lost 4 in a row on the road. They haven't won a February road game at all, and this is their last chance. They lead by 2 with 3:29 to go, and they have the ball. The Center for Human Services is a provider of family and child development, disability, and autism services. For more information on how you can support your community, visit chs-mo.org. 62-60 Kansas. 3:29 to play on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Yes! I finally got my first phone!
It is exciting. Let's learn a few things about online safety first.
We can secure our world. Online security depends on you and me. Install updates, make better passwords. Think before you click, use multiple factors. That's how we can secure our world.
Learn more at CISA.gov/secure our world.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. Community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems. Learn more at talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
Kids ask their parents a lot of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is the moon really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Where do babies come from?
Good luck, Dad. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
.329 to play in Boulder, 62-60 Kansas. Hunter Dickinson 1 point off a season high. He's been the star, but it's closing time as the Hawks try to win their first road game in their last 5 tries.
Never easy, like we always say. Colorado left for dead. Kansas rolling in that first half. Kansas allowed them to hang around, allowed them to be only down 5 at half, and then just didn't come out ready to play in the second. Free throws have been a big story, but you're up 2, 3:29 to go. You got the ball. Got a chance to forget all that.
DeJuan Harris takes the inbounds pass from Zeke. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Harris gets around his man. A driving layup is good. What a play for Wando as the Black Sea parted and he took it to the hole.
His first field goal since the first half. Aggressive play by the senior.
He'd been just 1 of 3 tonight. Very quiet prior to that aggressive take. 4-point KU lead, 3 minutes to play. They enter into Malone, backing down on Hunt. Kicks it back out. Hammond shot fakes on a 3. Leans in, little stutter step. Spins in the lane. Trying to force one up, but KJ holds his ground. They shoot from midcourt and miss. But an offensive rebound to Hammond. They'll keep it. They had 1 second on the clock and took a 45-footer and got another offensive rebound. Now wide open is Ronchik. He'll take a 3. Misses. Another board for Colorado. Ronchik then plows into Ryland, and a block is called on Ryland Griffin. He dropped the shoulder, and Ryland apparently wasn't set. It's a foul on Kansas, and we get another timeout on the floor.
Yeah, it was the right call. Ryland was moving laterally, and they're going to call more blocks than they all are charges. Now, luckily, that's only the 16th foul, so not a 1-and-1.
How many offensive rebounds do you think Colorado has tonight?
Without looking, it's approaching 20.
17 offensive rebounds. You want to take a stab at how many Kansas has? 4. That's exactly right. I'm going to take you to Vegas if we win this thing.
Let's do it.
64-60. Kansas trying to hang on here.
And the offensive rebound of the game, a 40-footer with half a second on the clock, and we're unable to get the rebound. If it doesn't hit the rim, it's our ball.
I just saw the second chance points, and I may be sick. 16-0 Colorado in second chance points. We'll take a timeout with 2:28 to go. 64-60 Kansas. Buffs will have it when we return on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
When a KU versus K-State rivalry game begins, emotions run high.
Legends are created. School pride hangs in the balance. Memories that last a lifetime will be made. Because each game is the most important game in history. At least, until the next one. Get in the game with your chance to win up to $50,000. The Rivalry Riches instant ticket from the Kansas Lottery. See kslottery.com for details.